What up, guys? The Bench Buddies are back with our NFL playoff predictions. In this one, we're going to be taking a look at all the games in the playoffs and what we think is going to happen before they all start. But before we get into it, subscribe to the channel to be entered into our giveaway at 500 subscribers.
Yeah, are we doing scores here too? Do you want us to give us the
Yeah,
score?
why not, I guess.
All right, let's do it. So, I'll start here with my bracket. Browns and Texans. This is the first game. This will be on Saturday evening. I'm taking the Browns in this one. I'm gonna say that game will be really close, pretty high scoring. I'll say 27 to 24 Browns there. And then next game, Dolphins Chiefs. I definitely like the Chiefs in this one. I'm gonna say 23 to 16. Chiefs win and cover there. And Steelers Bills. I'm going with the Bills in this one. Definitely for the sake of the bracket, I'm gonna take the Bills here. I
Yeah,
do like
wait,
the Steelers.
how's that work? You picked the Steelers, but you're picking the
Yeah,
Bills in the bracket. How's that work?
yeah, because I want to get this bracket right. Uh,
Okay.
you can see how see how
Okay.
unconfident I am with that Steelers pick, but hey, we're rolling with it. We like the Bills in that one. I'm gonna say 30 to 24 Bills. Over the NFC now, we got the Eagles and Bucks. I'm taking the Bucks in this one, and I think they're gonna win. I'll go with 27 to 21 Tampa Bay, and then yeah, I just think the Eagles have not shown anything great lately. Rams, Lions. I'm gonna go with the Rams on the road here. This is gonna be a fireworks show. It's gonna be 38 to 35. And then what do we got? What do we got next? Oh, Green Bay, Dallas. Okay, so I see that now. We got Green Bay, Dallas, and I am gonna go Green Bay here. I think Green Bay on the road. I got them winning 24 to 21. Very close game. Jordan Love balls out. So now we're going to go to the divisional rounds, and it'll set up a date with Cleveland at Baltimore, which is going to be a great game. And I think if anybody can stop them that's left in this playoffs, it's Cleveland, and I think they're going to do it. So I'm taking the Cleveland Browns to upset the Ravens in the divisional round and set it up to the AFC Championship, who will be facing the winner of the Chiefs and the Bills. Chiefs going into Buffalo. Do have a solid chance of winning this, and I like the veteran presence of Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce. But I am going to take Buffalo. With that being said, I am taking Buffalo. I think they just got that momentum rolling, and they are playing some fearless football right now. Um, Back over the NFC, San Francisco, Green Bay. I'm definitely going to take the Niners in this one. I think being well rested against Green Bay will help a lot. They'll be able to do whatever they want offensively, I think. And then Rams Bucks. I'm gonna go with the Rams on the road, which is kind of crazy. We're thinking Tampa Bay isn't that good, winner of the worst division, and I have them hosting two playoff games, so pretty crazy. But yeah, Rams Niners NFC Championship game. Back over to the AFC, we got Browns Bills, and I'm gonna go with the Buffalo Bills to defeat the Browns at home and advance to the Super Bowl against the winner of the Rams and 49ers. I really like the Rams in this matchup because another divisional upset. Um, I do like that, and the Rams played them tough, and they always do play them tough. So I like them here in the playoffs with McVay over Shanahan. And then for the Super Bowl, we got Rams Bills. I think I'm going with the Bills here as my Super Bowl champions, and now
Hmm.
this game's going to be crazy. Let me give you a final prediction real quick. I'm going to go 38 to 36 Bills over Rams in the Super Bowl. Place that right now.
Yeah,
What do you
and
think about that?
it's a pretty good bracket. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, you can see here you got a lot of moving pieces here. Some big
Yeah.
upsets as well that I don't think a lot of people have, which could be really good for you. But for my bracket, I'm gonna start here with the Browns Texans, and I'm going the other way. I'm going Texans. Obviously, you saw in my other video where the Texans are gonna beat the Browns, and I think Stroud is gonna get that first playoff win and really move on past the Browns. And I'm liking the over here. I'm liking a 31-30, 31-28, somewhere around those lines. I can see it within being 3 points, but it's going to be at least around the 30s. Dolphins, Chiefs, complete polar opposite. I'm going with the Chiefs, but I think that's going to be a 17-14, 14-13, something like that type of game. Uh,
Mhm.
the cold weather is going to get to both of those teams, and they're going to have to figure out how to run the ball in the first half and then game plan for it in the second half. Your Bills or your Steelers are playing the Bills, and I'm going with the Bills.
Yeah.
This is going to get ugly in the fourth quarter just because I don't think the Steelers pass rush is going to get home to Allen. And if that's the case, he won't commit that many turnovers. And that's how you beat the Bills, Allen turnovers and good offense. And yeah, I know the Steelers offense have started to figure it out, but I think they're due for a game where they just sputter out and don't show up. And unfortunately, it's going to be this game, but for them to get to this point is a huge win for them. We'll start with the Eagles, Bucks on the other side, and I'm going with the Bucks here. I think the Bucks are going to upset the Eagles. I guess upset, if you want to say, from a non-seeding standpoint. But that one's probably the biggest coin flip of them all this week, just because we don't know what team we're going to get from either side.
Mhm.
Rams Lions, I think that's going to be a high scoring slugfest. I'm kind of with you here, like a 38-35, maybe even 42-40, something
Yeah.
like that kind of game. But I'm going with the Lions here at home. I think the Lions deserving of that playoff game at home. They can't let the fans down and can't let the media down on NBC now because they got that primetime game. Then you got my Packers going on the road to the Cowboys, and obviously, if I'm a Packers fan, I gotta go against the Cowboys. Not a
Mhm.
knock on the Cowboys. It's just we've owned the Cowboys the last 20 or 13 years, 8-1 against those Cowboys. And I think the trend continues here. And
Yep.
if we win that one, it's going to be
Okay.
on the play of Aaron Jones. If he can play well, run the ball well, then I think we're going to escape with a victory. But we'll go back to the AFC, Ravens, Texans, and well, the CJ Stroud hype ends here because that Ravens defense is going to get to him like Brock Purdy on Christmas. That team just did not show up, and I think the Texans are to come off that cloud nine playoff victory, the first playoff victory high, and then walking to a buzzsaw. And the Ravens, I don't want to say blow them out, but it's kind of a dominant victory. Then you get the Chiefs and Bills, and it's like it's Tom Brady 2.0. You can't bet against Mahomes in the playoffs, and I think that's the trend I'm starting to take here. I got to go with the Chiefs here on the road in Buffalo, and they just somehow find a way to get it done. And if they can get to the AFC Championship for the fifth straight year, which I have them doing, it's pretty dominant. And this is a team where we thought, oh, this team's awful. They're not going to do anything in the playoffs, and they might get two matchups that are very, very favorable to them. And I think
Yeah.
that's the case. Moving over to the NFC, Niners, Packers. Got to give credit where credit's due. The Niners are the best team in the NFC. They're going to show their dominance. They've owned us in the playoffs the last, I think, 5 years. They've beat us two or three times. And I think it's going to be yet again another case. Kyle Shanahan is going to game plan better, and he has more weapons than the Packers do right now at this point. Bucks, Lions. I think this is going to be the biggest blowout of the playoffs. I'm going with the Lions win big here. I'm saying 20 or more if these teams play each other. The Bucks are due for a letdown game, like you said. Got blown
Yeah.
out by the Saints, struggled to win against the Panthers with 3 field goals, and if they can beat Philly in the playoffs, I think that's going to take a lot out of them. And the Lions, if they beat the Rams, they're going to just keep on rolling. And I think that's going to be the case. Then we'll move
Like
to the
it.
AFC Championship. Ravens, Chiefs. I think a lot of people, I don't want to say guess this from the beginning, but could see this happening from the start of the season. But I'm going the other way. I think the Ravens do beat the Chiefs in the AFC Championship. The Mahomes magic runs out because he's not hosting the AFC Championship at home. Going on the road in Baltimore for the AFC Championship is going to be tough. And then we'll move to the Niners and Lions. And unfortunately, the Lions' luck runs out as well. Niners, it just seems like these two teams are destined to play each other after that first matchup on Christmas. It just seems like that wasn't what we were supposed to see in that dominant victory. So we got these two teams facing off again in the Super Bowl. And yeah, I get it's two one seeds playing against each other. Hasn't happened a lot in recent years. The one seeds actually making it to the championship and facing each other. But I think this is the year where the predictable has, kind of happened this year, I will say. The unpredictable hasn't really happened that much, besides the Bills obviously getting the 2 seed. The Ravens are the better team in this one, better defense. And if Lamar can have his way like he did in the first matchup, I think that's going to be the same case. The Ravens are going to be 2-0 against the Niners this year, win the Super Bowl in Vegas, and the playoff colors for the logo for the Super Bowl are true for the third straight year,
Mm.
where you have the Ravens and the Niners playing each other. And I think the Ravens win this one. Lamar wins MVP of the Super Bowl and the regular season in a big way.
Yeah, I like that. That one kind of hurts me. I don't like the Ravens Super Bowl championship, but they are the odds-on favorite right now, and this is definitely. I feel like a lot of these games are coin flips, and either way, it could go either way for a lot of these games, for sure.
Mhm. And that's going to be it for our playoff predictions. Make sure you guys check back next week. As like I said, we pick next week's games. If all of our picks come true, then obviously you know who we're taking. But if there are a few
Yep,
upsets, then it's going to be a completely different story. But until
sir.
next time, the Bench Buddies are out.